G'day and good morning. Today we'll be leaving Eucla and we'll be crossing the Nullarbor from Eucla to Caiguna, a distance of 344 kilometres. We'll show you 7 free camps, 4 road houses, so keep watching. So we turn back onto the air highway and continue our journey across the Nullarbor. We leave the escarpment and come down onto the flats. Coming down the escarpment, we pass the road sign telling us how far it is to Mundrabilla, and if you look over the top of the sign you'll actually see the ocean, which is roughly where the old telegraph station is. Coming down here we've just got a phone call, so we have to pull over as we may lose reception further on. Looking back up the escarpment you'll see the sign for Eucla Pass and a sign indicating an overtaking lane ahead. So if you're going a bit slower, stick to your left lane, mate. The Nullarbor road can be quite busy at times with caravans and trucks. The speed limit you'll see posted is 110 kilometres an hour. However, caravans are restricted to 100 kilometres per hour whilst in Western Australia. There are numerous overnight rest areas along the Nullarbor. The first one we come to is 29 kilometres out of Mundrabilla. We're going to stop at the Mundrabilla Roadhouse to get our morning cup of coffee. When pulling into or parking at roadhouses, please ensure that other vehicles can access and exit the stops. Madura, Western Australia. It's a roadhouse on the air highway. Fuel for diesel here is $2.35. Mundrabilla Station was established in 1872 by the Kennedy brothers, Thomas and William. After a challenging 1200 kilometre journey from Albany with 1500 sheep, they found better grazing lands and sufficient water at Mundrabilla. Despite hardships including the tragic loss of Annie McGill during childbirth in 1879 and Thomas Kennedy's death following an encounter with locals, the station survived and remains a working cattle station today. In 1972, the Mundrabilla Roadhouse was established to cater to those travelling the air highway. In this region, there are several time zones. We've got the South Australian time zone, West Australian time zone, the Eucla time zone, and the Mundrabilla time zone. Eucla time zone is 45 minutes different to West Australia and South Australia, and Mundrabilla time, they've just gone 1 hour different to Perth. So it's time to hit the road and start heading towards Madura. 4 kilometres down the road we've got another free camp. This is the Cocklebiddy Pass free camp. In this video we've included some aerial shots from Google Earth to give you an idea of the free camps. As we travel west on the road plain towards Madura, the Hampton Tablelands are on our right. As you come towards the Madura Pass, you go up an incline and you will get a overtaking lane as you come up, so slow vehicles please stay in the left lane. Part way up you'll see a turn off that goes into the Madura Pass Roadhouse. In the Roadhouse, caravan park and camping with a motel. Tubby's about to fuel up, $2.34. Whilst travelling this section of the Nullarbor, We decided to stop at each roadhouse, either buying food and drinks or petrol, just to give each one a little bit of income, and to show our viewers just what's available on this stretch. Hey Tubby.
Didn't matter which pump I went to, they were all 234.
Oh, it's a bugger that, isn't it? No discount pumps. Yeah, I'm doing about 16.1 litres to 100 coming through there.
Yeah, it's because you're scabbing the airflow at the back of mine. I
Yeah.
like to cop the high fuel bill.
Well, you're the one that's going at 80 kilometres per hour.
93, thank you very much. Again, I'm not in a hurry.
Oh, too bad, Cloncurry.
Where's your teeth?
Back at the camper.
Jeez.
I going that fast, I blew them out, mate.
Probably I'll go out the scruff and wish you up a set, mate.
Yeah, might have to. All the roadhouses on this section of the Nullarbor Plain have motels and caravan parks attached to them. If we continue straight through here, we'll link back up to the Madura Pass. Whilst many people use travel apps, you can also use Google Earth to find free camps and points of interest. The Madura Caves, for example, is one of the points of interest that you could easily miss. It's advisable just to have a look around the areas before you travel on. As you travel onwards up the Madura Pass, you'll find that there are two rest areas. On the right hand side at the top of the pass there is a spot for cars and caravans. On the left hand side there's one there for trucks. With the many rest areas along the Nullarbor, please make sure you don't use the areas that are for the trucks. You'll find most of the rest areas, caravan parking areas, are behind the truck areas. This free camp, 69 kilometres west of Madura, is an example of a rest area that's used by trucks and cars. The flat open spaces just at the side of the road are for the trucks. You'll see roads leading off the back of these truck stops, which will take you to a quieter spot for your caravans. Okay guys, for those of you who want to know what Cocklebiddy's like, this is Cocklebiddy, Western Australia. And there is also a restaurant, motel and caravan park. You've just got to love the population of a town like Cocklebiddy. And here's another free camp location for you. You'll notice on these Google Earth shots I've left the GPS marks there for you to check out. Whilst most of the rest areas along the Nullarbor have a P sign to indicate where they are, some do not. Quite a few of the rest areas along the way are quite sheltered and picturesque. Caiguna. This is the start of the Nullarbor Strait. The Nullarbor Strait between Caiguna and Belladonna is 146.6 kilometres, or roughly 90 miles. It is the longest straight road in Australia. So, as many do, we pull over and have our shots by the famous sign. So far, the Mars 60X family is running well, and Tubby's Forbes is also going okay. It will be interesting to see just how well our campers go as we continue our journey across Western Australia. "90 miles straight, Australia's longest straight road." We finally reach the Caiguna bar hole, and this will be our rest area for tonight.
That was a waste of $2,000.
Well guys, this is it, the Caiguna blowhole. I had a laugh whilst I was down at the roadhouse there, as one guy said, "Well, we stopped up there and yep, I think it's the arsehole of Australia." Having visited the blowhole, we're now going to travel about 1 kilometre in to our free camp. As with many of the free camps, you'll find tracks going through and little side tracks going off, and quite a few camping areas. So just select the one that you like, where it's close to the road, or like us, get as far away as you can and really enjoy the peace and quiet. Good afternoon, Mcdaddy, camper trailering. At the moment we are setting up for a free camp at the Caiguna blowhole. So this is the spot where we'll be camping for the night. I'll just give you a bit of a pan around so you can see what's going on. Just scan you around so you can see what the area looks like. So tonight we'll be doing our first free camp from the Mars 16X family. Starting to get the kitchen set up there. I'll just pan around and give you a view of the area. So we're just going to include some footage here of some of the vegetation around the free camp, and then we'll take the drone up just to give you a look around the area. There was quite a few birds in the area, including some stubble quail and a lone roo. Spotted that a couple hundred metres away. As soon as it saw us, it decided to get the hell out of Dodge. So as the sun starts to set, we plan our trip for tomorrow, which will be going from Blowhole to Norseman. We'll stop a couple of times on the way to show you what's going on again. Please feel free to drop your comments below. If you feel that we could improve in any way, just let us know how, and just tell us what your thoughts are on the Google Earth shots that we put in. Thanks for watching. Please join us in our next video.